guys, this is the video for our last 2 weeks of distance learning. So weeks 9 and 10, the weeks of May 18th through the 22nd, and then this last little bit of what would be exam week. So I only have one assignment. I might put up just a last little book club to check in, but it'll be optional, so don't stress about that. But so we have another version of this assignment that we had a few weeks ago, the imitation game, where you take a really close look, analyzing the style of, in this case, as you can see, a poem, and looking at the length of the lines and the structure and the syntax and figurative devices, those types of things. And then you use that to write your own poem in that same style. So the one I've given you here, I think is a kind of fun one to be sort of your last high school English assignment. I'm not crying, you're crying. It's called Theme for English B by Langston Hughes. And without spoiling it for you here, it's kind of a slightly snarky take on an assignment that the speaker was asked to do in one of his college English classes. And so I thought it would be a kind of fun way for you to you're free to use any other poem. You don't have to use this particular poem, but if you do use this one, then you can kind of put your own spin on that topic, or choose a completely different topic. Like I said, there's a lot of room for you to choose. And then the only other thing that I'm asking, but it's optional, is I've got a little end of year survey, and just asking you about what things you liked that you read this year, what you didn't like. And this one, it's all voluntary, but I used the same form for my other classes, so I wouldn't have to have the results on all kinds of different places. So, of course, you're hopefully always going to growing and improving, and a lot of you will be going to college and will probably be taking some kind of an English class next year. But if for whatever reason, if you don't want to answer this question, you don't have to answer that question or any of them. But that's the one that's least, I think, relevant to y'all as seniors. So like for the juniors that answer that, I probably will kind of come up with a list of the more popular or more common, I should say, more common responses to that question, and pass that on to their teacher next year. So, she or he can get a sense of where they feel like they kind of did not get enough this year. So these last two are the ones that I feel like are for sure the most useful. These are all answers that I would appreciate, as far as what things you liked and didn't like that you read, because I can use that to review the syllabus and see if there's things that I might take off, or things that I might spend more time on, or anything like that. But especially any advice you'd have for future students, and any feedback that you have for me, especially since this was my first year teaching the AP Literature class. I definitely feel like I'm very early in my journey of doing this, and have plenty to learn and plenty of room to grow still. So any suggestions that you have would be appreciated. As you know, there are certain things I don't have control over. Sorry, Amber Alert. But so if you say, well, we shouldn't have tests, Even though I'm not the biggest fan of tests, I have a feeling that tests will be back when we're back in the classroom. Um, but again, if you have suggestions about what types of tests we have, or what types of things we read, or what types of projects we do, anything like that, I will definitely take under advisement and see if there's ways that I can accommodate any suggestions that you have. Because, like I said, in all of my classes, I want to do better, but especially in this course, I feel like I still am very very open to things that could be done differently. So I'm not as set in my ways, as it were. So any feedback you'd like to share, I would appreciate it. And otherwise, that's it. And I am going to say goodbye before I start crying. So as always, stay safe and make good choices. And I'll miss you guys. Bye.